Today we're going to do a walk around of the new A40J. My name's Tyler Smith. I'm the product manager for Volvo Articulated Haulers here in Region North America. So as you can see with our A40J, we've done significant differences throughout the generational change from the G to the J model line. The most noticeable difference is going to be the cab and the entryway platform getting into this truck. So we've increased the access points getting into the Volvo Articulated Hauler for better accesses as well as better serviceability. As we work our way around our truck, I'm going to talk about some significant differences that we have and some things that you should make sure you talk about when you're doing your daily walkarounds and your selling points on the Volvo Articulated Hauler. So first thing that we've done is we've increased the serviceability access on the Volvo Articulated Hauler. So no longer are we opening the hood up on the front side of the truck. We're now going to open it up on the side. By just simply pushing the up button, we're going to raise our hood up. We're going to actually be able to go over 90 degrees with the hood access for easy, good serviceability of this articulated hauler. As you can see with the hood fully raised up, we have industry-leading serviceability and service access on the Arctic truck. With the front, we've now encapsulated the steps underneath the hood of the engine compartment. So this is the better access and better protection of our stepping surfaces on the articulated hauler. The powertrain on the full lineup of Volvo articulated haulers now is Volvo engine, Volvo transmission, and Volvo axles. So you get the best harmony the whole way through the entire truck. You can put the power from the engine to the ground in the most efficient format. The A40 has 469 horsepower with a payload capacity of 43 short tons. With the tailgate on this truck, we can carry 32.8 cubic yards. Some serviceability improvements that we've done is now our oil filters are captive oil filters and our fuel filters are captive fuel filters. On top of that, our fuel filter element now is electronic priming system. So we just push this button here and we will prime the fuel pumps, the fuel filters. We no longer need to manually prime the fuel filtration system anymore. Still one of our talking points is a multi-piece hood. The hood design is very large. With the multi-piece hood, we went from a 3-piece design to a 4-piece design hood. If it does become damaged at any point in time, the customer is able to replace one of the pieces and not the entire hood, saving the customer money at the end. The lockout tagout on the G-Series truck was encapsulated in the battery compartment on the left side of the hauler. Now we have changed our lockout tagout and our service lockout here to the right side of the hauler being ground level. You get 2 jump start ports, so positive and a negative, and optionally you can get the ISO jump start connector port here. Standard tires on the A40 are going to be the 29.5 branded tires. We do have optional 875 tires that will have better ground pressure on if you get into soft underfooting on this truck. In the center joint, we have done some significant changes. We have simplified the umbilical that goes from the tractor to the trailer unit. We have also redesigned the exhaust bed heat. As you can see on this truck, it is a much more simplified system to protect itself as we go. Another thing that we have done is we have optimized our hydraulic filtration system. So by optimizing the hydraulics filtration system, we have reduced the volume of oil that we are having to change on our serviceability. When it comes to the hydraulic tanks on the back side of the truck, we split our hydraulic oil and our wet brake oil. That way we're able to protect ourselves throughout the entire truck. So every time we step on the brakes, the brake friction disc material stays in the brake system. The hydraulic oil stays in the hydraulic system. This is to get better heat transfer as well as longevity in the braking circuit. Something else that we do now at Volvo, and we've seen a lot of success with this on particularly our A60, is now we have the optional hydraulic front suspension available in the A35, A40, and A45. What that does is it gives the operator a much better ride than the standard rubber suspension that we had on the previous G generation articulated haulers. One of the best selling features that we have at Volvo is our lifetime frame guarantee, front frame, rear frame, as well as we have a lifetime guarantee of our hitch. What we're guaranteeing in our hitch is our top pin, bottom pin, and our structural integrity of the articulation joint. Something else that we do here at Volvo is our oscillation joint on our hitch. From the factory, it's 2 double taper roller bearings sealed at factory. So there is no maintenance on this hitch, on the oscillation part of the hitch, that needs to be done. It's a maintenance-free oscillation port. Another thing that we do in Volvo is our steering system. Our steering system is unique to the industry. It's hydromechanical, self-compensating with feedback rod. Essentially what that means is when the operator is traveling at high rates of speed on the haul road, the operator is not having to chase the wheel as they're driving. The machine is doing it automatically with the feedback rod that's encapsulated on the hitch unit, giving feedback to the tractor unit. So it's less fatiguing for the operator. We have full power the whole way through the system. So even if the RPMs drop and you're trying to turn the truck, you have maximum steering forces at all points in time. Another notable item that we can talk about on the hauler is our ground clearance. As you can see, our ground clearance is very, very good with our articulated hauler. Because of the high hitch that we mount on our truck, we have better ground clearance as well as better stability than the competition that are out there on the marketplace. The articulated hauler is built with Hardox 450 steel, so it's a very strong steel. As we continue to go around our walk around, our cylinders are field serviceable. As you can see in the top caps, we have Allen bolts in the top part. So we don't need to take our hydraulic cylinders if they do have any sort of damage or leak over the time. We don't need to take them to a machine shop. We can rebuild them in the field to save the customer money in the long term. Another redesign that we have done on the J-Series hauler is the tailgate. As you can see, the tailgate design has changed a little bit. And part of that design change is we've made the arms longer. By making the arms longer, we do two things. We're actually opening the tailgate wider, faster, as well as we are reducing the bounce of the tailgate when we're driving down the haul road. Another feature that we have in the Volvo articulated hauler is our outboard wet disc brakes. By having the brakes closest to the tire, we increase our braking power on the truck. So when you need to put the brakes to the floor, you are able to stop this truck appropriately. Another thing that we do with our externally outboard wet disc brakes is we have brake wear indicators mounted on all 6 wheels of the truck. We also have brakes on all 6 wheels of the truck too. Another piece to the Volvo articulated hauler is our straddle mount bogey beam system. With our straddle mount bogey beam system, we are able to fully support and keep our tires as flat as long as possible. This is to help prevent uneven tire wear and prolong longevity of the tires themselves. The onboard weighing system hardware is standard on all the J-Series haulers. This is a non-deletable item. If you need onboard weighing software, we can supply that for an additional cost. Ground level greasing is another item that we've added to the J-Series haulers. On the previous G generation, we had whip hoses mounted to our hoist cylinders, top part of our hoist cylinders, as well as our tailgate arms. On the J-Series haulers, we now have ground level grease access points that you can see right here. We have also updated our camera system. Our camera system is now a high definition camera system. Standard, we have the rear view camera and the side view camera. There's an optional forward facing camera that you can see the very front bumper of the truck as well. Another selling feature that we have is the overhang of our bed. So from the hinge point to the actual point that we dump is much longer than everybody else out on the marketplace. What that helps with is pushing the material away from the truck when you are dumping. The other thing that it helps with is material retention. As you're driving up hills, the material tends to stay in the bed much better, that we don't have that short overhang. Other things that we're going to talk about on the Volvo articulated hauler is we have an optional headboard, flip-up headboard for more material retention inside the truck. We have optional sideboards that we can put on it, as well as the tailgate. We have also optimized our hydraulic lines that are coming to our hoist cylinders. As you can see, it is a much cleaner fix on those hydraulic lines as we're putting them up into the truck. Another thing on this J-Series hauler now is all the lights are LED. We also have ambient lighting the whole way around this truck now. So when the operator is showing up for shift and it's still dark out, they are able to see around the entire truck. Some of those items that you can see with the ambient lighting is cab entry lights, lights around your service points on your mirrors, light in your fuel area, light in your DEF area. There's also a light in the engine compartment too, so when the operator opens up the hood to inspect the oil at the beginning of their shift, they are able to see. They don't need a headlamp to be on them. On the machine lighting, we've moved our machine LED lighting to the outside mirrors for better light distribution. A few more features to talk about on the J-Series articulated hauler is the increased visibility around the truck. As you can tell, we've made the windshield much larger, as well as changed the slope design of the hood to improve the visibility around the front and the sides of the hauler. Here inside the hauler as well, we have taken a lot of switches and buttons away that were unnecessarily used. So now we've simplified the dash and made it more intuitive for the operator. Many of the items that are here on this truck are set and forget. We don't need to touch them every single day. Another item that we will talk about is the hanging pedals. So now our pedals are all hanging. We have our retarder pedal on the left side, brake pedal, and throttle pedal. By having them hanging, they're much more ergonomic friendly for the operator, as well as you have less buildup of material underneath them. Another thing that we have changed on the floor is our 6x6 button. Now we have elevated our 6x6 button up for more ergonomic friendliness for the operator. Our control levers on the right side have been simplified too. So to shift the truck into forward gear, we're just simply going to push it forward. For reverse, we're going to pull it backwards. We have a neutral button here. We have our dump lever here for easy accessibility and easy learning for the newer operator. We have cruise control, downhill speed control, engine brake, and our traction control switch, all at the fingertips of the operator. Our parking brake is recessed, so our operator is able to not accidentally hit that parking brake for any sort of reason. We also standardly now have a hot cold box for the operator to keep their lunches sitting in. So they can keep drinks cold, as well as if they have warm food, they can put their food in there to keep it warm throughout their long hours of shift. This is operated solely by a switch in its own independent unit. We do not use the AC system to control this hot cold box. Thanks for spending time with me today on this A40J walk around.